ears because I'm going to be turning up the volume. I usually escape the hustle and bustle of the valuation day to get a bit of peace and quiet. But for once, I'm going to make a big noise, and it's a noise that's very dear to my heart because I grew up playing the drums. Man has been banging the drum as far back as history records. Some say around 6000 BC. It's been used for communication, celebration, and for the sheer joy of making music. Nowadays, it's hard to imagine a rock band or pop band without a drum beat in it. It's the heart and soul of any music, and it's the foundation for the other musicians in the band to build on. And it's that pulse and energy and excitement which gets people on their feet and dancing. Here in Stockport, two friends have set up a workshop making specialist drums for the pop industry. That's Pete Salisbury, drummer of The Verve, and Keith Keogh. Keith, hi, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I feel like a kid in a sweet shop. You're a man after my own heart because A, you love drums, and B, you love working in wood.
That's right.
Yeah? So how did all this take off for you?
Basically, I was working in a studio in Manchester, and I was really after to, create a drum kit, but wasn't made out of like the more traditional method of ply drums, which is basically always made out of maple or birch, and I was after different sounds.
So you're a musician, you play the drums as well?
I play drums myself,
but you're obviously a qualified craftsman because you work in wood.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So you combine the two?
Yeah.
So let's have a look at the way traditional drums have been made for hundreds of years, let's say, with laminates.
Right, one of the most common ways of, which is what all the major manufacturers do, of creating a drum is you basically build a former, which is made out of MDF, then you just get basically all your laminates.
Which is about, what, 1.5 millimetres?
It's normally about 1 millimetre to 1.5 millimetres. You basically put the ply in, glue the join, put PVA glue all the way around, then you would get the next piece, offsetting the joins all the time.
Yeah. At opposite angles?
At opposite angles, so the next join will be over there, the next one there. You can build up as many plies as you want. The most common ones for snare drums is sort of 8 to 10, for toms 6 and bass drums 8.
Right, so what's the next stage?
The next stage after you've made the shell is you have to mark it out so that we can put the nut boxes on, which basically drill into the shell and hold the skin on so you can tension the skin up to get your tuning.
Right.
That's the end result of a ply shell.
Look at that, that is absolutely stunning. Well, they're built in the traditional way. Now, I know you've come up with a new technique and method. You've revolutionised drum making and building. These are selling like hotcakes, and they're going to be the antiques of the future. Can you talk me through these?
Yeah. Basically, a couple of years ago, I was playing with the idea of making drums out of different woods to give you sort of a signature sound, different sounding.
Yeah.
As most manufacturers make them out of either maple or birch, sometimes beech. But I always wanted to make them out of, the likes of this, English oak, English cherry, purple heart.
These are solid woods, aren't they? This is what's so unique about them.
They are solid wood, yes.
How do you get all this solid wood on a drum?
Basically, you can't mould some of these, out of plies, because they just don't make these in plies. So I had to toy about with, how do I make a cylinder out of solid wood? And they obviously turned on a lathe.
Yeah. And they're in blocks of solid
wood. And they're in blocks of solid wood. So I didn't want to bend anything with it being slide, because if you steam bend, etc., eventually it can spring out. It can warp in different climates of weather.
Yeah. Is the sound totally different on these?
It is, yes. I mean, the traditional methods, if you have 8 plies, you have 7 plies of glue as well, which dampen the diaphragms of the sound of the drum. These shells have about 90% less glue, because they just don't go around the whole surface, they're just in each single little joint.
Yeah. So in a way, it's taking it right back to its elementary roots thousands of years ago, where a drum would have been hollowed out from a log.
That's right, yeah.
Well, we've seen how the drums are made. Now let's see how they're played. And to demonstrate how important rhythm is in music, we've got top session drummer with us, Shay Beresford, who's going to take us through some rhythms from around the world. What are you going to start with, Shay?
We're going to start with some New York swing.
Take it away, man.
1, 2, 1.
Whoa, that's fantastic. How about some reggae from Jamaica.
Okay, 1, 2.
And we're going to play you out with some contemporary rock in a 4/4 pattern, aren't we? So you can count us in.
1, 2.